An 18-year-old Tucson man sentenced to 8 years in prison for plotting a terror attack in Arizona. Mahin Khan was not indicted on his plans to attack 3 places in Tucson, including Raytheon and the JCC, but he did admit to it in federal documents. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Guy Atchley.
I'm Whitney Clark. Stella is on maternity leave. Khan was indicted for his plans to attack an MVD in Maricopa County. He's set to spend 8 years in prison and be on probation for life.
9 on your sides, Jennifer Dela Cruz has been following this story, and she has more on today's sentencing.
Federal documents showed 18-year-old Mahin Khan's plans to attack buildings in Arizona and California. The teen also had ties to ISIS, asking overseas terrorists for the instructions to make a pressure cooker bomb. But in court today, his father said Khan didn't know what he was doing.
He lacks the mental capacity of an adult or the maturity. And in today's world, where social media, and video games are so influential, he was not able to understand that his words would land him into the situation he is currently facing.
Khan's sister begging the judge for leniency.
As a mother, I feel so helpless when my daughter begs to go play with her uncle and looks at me with tears in her eyes when I explain to her that this is no longer a possibility. I think it is imperative that everyone in this room knows that Mahin is not at all the person that these charges have painted him out to be.
Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich says Khan's sentencing is the only way to keep an attack from taking place.
But we know in the fight against terrorism, it's the only medicine is prevention. And we have to work with our federal partners in order to keep our communities safe. I think we need to do everything we can in order to prevent terrorist attacks here in the United States. And I'm just glad that we are here today talking about the sentence and not about victims and people who were harmed by this jihadist.
And with threats this large, they weren't taking any chances.
Folks like the FBI have to be right 100 out of 100 times. These jihadists or people that threaten us only have to get it right once.
Federal agents say ahead of Tuesday's elections, they're taking every precaution to prevent an attack.
But I can assure you that we, the FBI, working with our partners throughout the state, will continue to work through these issues and identify, as we just left court, anyone who carries that type of threat to this state.
Khan's father asked that he be kept in a Pima County prison so they can visit him and help him recover. Khan will be on probation for life after his release. He is the first Arizonan outside of sex offenders to get lifelong probation. Khan was already assaulted by other inmates while being held at the Maricopa County Jail. He was later moved to segregated housing. The location where Khan will serve out that 8-year sentence has not yet been set. They have to first weigh several factors, including behavior and sentence length, to determine his risk level behind bars. Back to you guys.